Thanks so much, Margaret. And I just want to welcome everybody to the space. Thank you, Flo, for hosting us this afternoon. When we first started to have a discussion that we wanted to have a wellness event, we really wanted to create something that would just be universal, that wasn't just about the organization, that would really sort of welcome everybody in. We wanted a universal topic. And so what is more universal than stress relief? It's like it just is. We are nearing on the most stressful year that any of us have could have ever imagined. So if you even just made it to this Zoom class with us, I just want to say thank you for taking one step to take care of yourself, because it is so easy to just be fried and to just let it get you. So showing up for something like this is just a little bit of self-care that I really believe will help you take some hopefully new fresh energy out into your world. What we're going to be doing today is, first of all, I didn't even say my name. I'm Sara Ivanhoe. I'm the yoga director of USC. I've been at this post for about a year now and offer sort of a variety of yoga classes to the whole USC community. And what we're wanting to do this afternoon is not an exercise yoga experience. We figured if you wanted to do some sort of fitness yoga, you could do that at another space. We're just going to be doing very gentle, moving, breathing, meditating, guided relaxation to help you to let go of your day. Couple of things. I have two really big pillows here. If you have no access to pillows, no big deal. But they don't have to be like yoga pillows. Like these are just pulled off of a bed. Um, you'll want them for later in the session. So you might want to if you can grab a couple pillows, grab them now. And it's totally no big deal if you don't have access to them. So the concept I want to sort of plant the seed to you all is the idea that stress comes at us from the moment we wake up. It comes at us almost in layers. We wake up, we look at the news, layers of stress. We look at social media, more layers of stress. We start either our job or our schoolwork, more layers of stress. We reach for some sort of caffeinated or drink or sugary breakfast or whatever, more layers of stress. And stress really comes on us almost like an onion, just like layer upon layer upon layer. In the yoga system, we have many layers of our being, and we call them koshas. These are essentially, the idea is that as we peel off these external layers, every time we peel something off, that which is filled with vitality and radiance and joy, um, these feelings that we've just forgotten, these can start to be revealed. Um, so as we do our practice this afternoon, I want to invite you to think of stress and tension, being able to peel them off like layers. And the more you do yoga or breath work or meditation, you're just getting good at being able to peel these layers off of you on command when you say so. I encourage you to, throughout the day, set a reminder on your phone. I have one that goes off. For me, it's once every hour, but could do every couple hours. Just reminds you, hey, there's all this tension and stress. I'm going to peel it off. And you can do that just with your intention. You can do it with breath, and we'll also do it with movement. Okay, so let's start I'm just in a comfortable seated cross-legged position. You don't have to sit fancy the way I am. You can sit however you would like. I'm not even on a yoga mat. I'm just on a comfortable, rug on the floor. Going to interlace your fingers, turn them inside out, reach your arms up over your head, and we're going to connect breath and movement here. So bend your elbows out to the sides, take a deep breath in, and then squeeze your arms straight, exhale. Let's continue this together for a few times. Inhale, bend the elbows. Deep breaths. Exhale like you mean it. Straighten the arms. Now keep going at your own pace with this inhaling and exhaling. And as you do, just sort of notice what you're doing. This is a stretch and a movement that you could do while you're sitting at your desk throughout the day, in between classes, in between Zoom calls, in between anything. Just do one last one here and then release your arms down. And then whatever thumb you have on top, I'm going to have you change sides. So now your fingers will be interlaced. We call it the weird way, technical term. Interlace your fingers, turn them inside out, reach your arms up over your head, and we're going to do it again. Inhale, expand. Exhale, squeeze your arms straight. Now, a few times on your own. Right now, I'm just breathing through my nose, inhaling and exhaling. One last one. And then release your arms out to the sides and down. Great. Keep the legs just as they are. Let's take a little side stretch. And you can just follow along with me. So as I bend over to the side here, I'm not rigid. Sometimes I'll bend forward a little bit more. Sometimes I'll take my chest more up to the ceiling. And I encourage you to move as I'm moving, finding you'll find like a good sticky spot. That's a spot you need to get and let that cook. Breathe into that. And then come all the way up. Great. And then let's get to the other side. So there's a lot of yoga practice out in the world, a lot of yoga instruction, and there's a lot of ways to learn how to do poses correctly, incorrectly, a lot of information at you, and it can be a little overwhelming. Like maybe you don't even want to start doing yoga because it's all kind of so confusing and lots of rules and people barking at you. Want to always remember that the point of the practice is to peel off tension and stress so you feel better. Come on up. Now, just take a quick peek down at your legs. Right now, you've got one foot that's either in front or on top. Just say to yourself, like my left foot is on top here. Great, just so you know. Now, you're going to take your hands, start to walk them forward in front of you. Now, usually start with about halfway, where I know it's easy, so I'm not going to tense up. Just try to drop your head for a moment. Close your eyes. And then ask yourself if you can fold a little deeper. If you can fold a little deeper. And if the answer is no, stay where you are. And if the answer is yes, go a little deeper. And then this will be our practice for the whole class tonight. Whatever position you're in, peel off a layer of tension, something that happened today that bummed you out. Clear it away from you on an exhale. And now slowly start to come back up to sitting. You might use your hands to help you. And then whatever leg you have in front, let's just switch sides so that we're balanced here. And remember, we did a few stretches on that first side, so we'll be doing some on this side in a few moments. But first we start with a forward bend. And whenever you approach a yoga pose, Just check in and make sure you're not tensing up. Maybe go down a little deeper, maybe a few inches deeper. And for right now, consider closing your eyes. In whatever position you found yourself in, breathe something away from you. Clear something out. Whenever you approach a yoga pose, ask yourself, am I tensing up? And if you are, you've gone too far. Slowly walk your way back up to sitting. Starting to feel a little bit more relaxed already. I'm going to do a little twist, a gentle twist to the side. So I'm just grabbing my leg and the floor. You take a hold of whatever you can take a hold of here. And then from here, just try this breath pattern with me. On your inhale, try sitting up a little taller. And on your exhale, gently pull yourself into the twist just a millimeter more. Stay there. And then inhale, get taller again. Try that a few times. Inhale to get taller. Exhale to twist. Whenever you release a pose in yoga, you want to release it mindfully. So just take a peek at me. I'm not going to go like doing out of this. I'm going to gently, slowly, mindfully release that stretch because that was important. And then I'm going to get us over on side two here. Whenever possible, closing your eyes in a yoga pose does help you to turn your attention to the inside of you. If your eyes are open, there's a tendency to look around, to get distracted by what you see. Try closing your eyes and look within. Okay, great. And then release it. Excellent. I'm going to have us do just a little bit of breath work, and then we're going to kind of get moving a little bit more, okay? So this is called box breathing or four-part breathing. And I find that this breathing practice is one of the best practices I have for stress relief. The breath will be done purely through your nose and will be here for a couple of minutes. So if you want to change the crossing of your leg, if you want to move to kneeling, you want to sit on a pillow, I want you to just be comfortable. But when you do a breathing practice, you do want to sit up tall so your lungs aren't being smushed. Right? You want to sit up nice and tall. And the way this breath practice will go is we will inhale. This is all going to be through your nose. You will inhale to a count of 4, and I will count it out. You'll hold your breath to the count of 4. You'll exhale to the count of 4, and you'll hold to the count of 4. Now you'll notice maybe you're a little bit stuffed, or one nose is more open than the other, and don't worry about any of that. Just kind of do the best you can. When we hold the breath, you may notice like that may be scary or not used to it. See if when you hold the breath, you can actually allow your body to stay relaxed. Holding the breath is very natural and we won't be holding it that long. I encourage you to do this breathing practice with me as an antidote to the erratic breath of stress. You know somebody is having an anxiety attack if their breath is all whacked out. They're like, like this, right? Like you just to be around someone breathing like that can give you anxiety just being with them. So this is a breathing practice I encourage you to really learn with me and to take home and to do anytime you start to feel panic or anxiety. 4-part breathing. Okay, so let's do it together now. Your mouth is closed through your nose. Sit up nice and tall and try closing your eyes. All together through your nose. Everybody exhale fully. And then here we go together. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, and hold, but stay relaxed. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. 2 more times. Let's go. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. In breath. This is the last round. Hold. Out breath. Hold. Great and nice. And now just come back to regular breathing in and out through your nose. Just allow the breath to come back to a natural rhythm. And if you like the breath, if you're interested to learn more, you can always reach out to me at another time. But we're going to move on, let the breathing go. Continue to breathe through your nose only for the rest of the practice, unless I say so. Okay, so we're going to move on. Let's come on to hands and knees. And we're going to do a cat-cow. So you'll lift your chest up and your sit bones up as you inhale. And then exhale, you'll round the spine. Pull the belly and drop your head. Bring your nose and your belly button. Try to get them to touch. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, round the spine. Inhaling. And exhaling. Last round. Inhale. And exhale. Right. And now come to a neutral spine. I'm just going to move these pillows are in my way. Come to a neutral spine. And then we're going to do a little opposite arm and leg. So you're going to pick up your right arm and left leg. And keep your belly nice and pulled in to support you. So if you find yourself flopping around, that's actually good. This is a balancing exercise and it's going to help get yourself present, focused, and of course balanced. Take a last breath here and then release. And now let's go left arm, right leg. So one thing that'll help is if you notice if you're looking all over the room or if you're looking at the screen at me, try looking on the floor or somewhere in the room at one spot that doesn't move. And that's balance is going to really help you when your eyes are focused, your mind and your whole body gets much more focused. And then release down. And now you're going to come down onto your belly. Okay. And we're going to do opposite arm and leg here. So stretch the arms out in front of you. Pull your belly up in and kind of squeeze your tailbone down, a little bit of tucking your tailbone to the floor just to create some space in your low back. And now let's pick up your right arm and left leg here and pull out. So you're reaching your fingertips forward and your toes back. And this is really good for your posture. For any of you who are sort of hunched over a desk, hunched over your computer all day, slouched into the couch after the day watching, TV or whatever, go ahead and release down. Let's get the other side, left arm, right leg. So we're doing what we call extension in the spine right now, which is going backwards. And again, that's just one of the main things you want to always do to counteract that slouching action. And then release that down. Nice. And now bring your arms behind you, so the fingertips point away and down. And we'll just do one gentle lift here. So I'm going to pick up my head. I'm going to pick up my shoulders. And I'm picking my hands up off the floor just a couple of inches with the fingertips pointing backwards. And you can either push the feet down into the floor, or if you want, you can lift your legs up off the floor too. Couple of breaths here. Aim this right into the chest, upper back. And then release all the way down. I'm going to push with my hands and I'm going to push back to a beloved favorite pose called child's pose. So you can either have your big toes touching and your knees open, or if you want, your legs can be parallel. Sit your hips back on your heels and reach your arms out in front of you, bringing your forehead towards the floor. So right now, this is what we would call an active child's pose because my arms are actually working and squeezing straight. I actually feel a little bit of a stretch in my shoulders. Couple breaths. And then come back to your hands and knees position. We're going to do a couple of shoulder stretches here. So I'm going to take my right arm way forward. I'm bending at my left elbow. So my forearm is sort of crossing my body here. So I keep my right fingertips reaching forward like this. I'm going to pull my sit bones up and back away from my right hand. And I rest my forehead on my forearm. So don't let your right elbow flop to the floor. Right now, your right elbow is off the floor, right arm squeezing straight. And send some breath into the right side of your body, some breath into your right shoulder. Peeling off a layer or two of tension and stress. Get it out of there. And then ease up off of the stretch. Let's get side two. You'll take your left arm forward. My fingertips reach forward. I'm going to bend at my right elbow. Get my right forearm set up. As I pin my left fingertips down, I pull my sit bones up and back. I rest my forehead on my forearm. Pause for a moment here. Breathe. And use your breath to peel off yet another layer of tension and stress. Okay, and then release. Great. Now from here, I'm going to take my knees a little further forward. I'm going to curl my toes under and I'm going to move right into what's called a malasana or a squat pose. So I'm going to ease my way back. My knees are coming up off the floor. And then right now, my heels are still off the floor, but my feet are kind of pointing at 45-degree angles out to the side. I'm going to open my feet a little wider here. That's much better. Now push through the fingers and lift the chest up. I don't know about you guys, but I already feel this like in the insides of the groins, insides of the thighs and knees. Now I'm going to use my arms to press the legs out to the sides. Yes. And then if you feel so moved, go ahead and descend, drop your heels now. So you come into a malasana squat. Reach the arms forward. Bring the knees to the floor. Uncurl the toes. Sit back on your heels into a kneeling position. We call this Vajrasana, kneeling position. I'm going to give you what we call a counter pose to that shoulder work that you just did. This is one of my favorite shoulder stretches. You're going to take your right arm up in front of you. And again, if kneeling doesn't feel good to you, you can just get up out of there. You don't have to ever do anything I'm suggesting. This practice is for you to feel good, not for you to do what I say. Okay, so your right arm up in front of you, and some of you may just take it and cross the body. That might be enough stretch for you. If you'd like to try, the right arm stays up. I take my left arm underneath, in front, and around until the palms touch. So if you can get it, whatever of this you're doing, try this part. Actually lift your arms up, but then try dropping your face into your arms. Close your eyes. You'll feel stretch in the back of your neck and in between the shoulder blades. And now aim clearing breath right into the back of the neck. Clear something out of the space between the shoulder blades. Clear it out with your breath. Okay, and then release your arms. Go ahead and open your eyes. We'll get side two. So the left arm comes up in front of your face, and then maybe cross the body, or take your right arm under in front and around until they touch. Again, no need to be perfect here. Our goal today is to clear the layers of tension and stress. So the arms are going to lift up. Drop your face down and notice what's happening in the back of your neck. Send breath into the back of your neck. Open your eyes and then gently release the arms. Perfect timing. Take the arms forward. Now we're going to push back into a pose called downward facing dog. Many of you know it. I'm going to take my hips up and back and just gently pedal the legs. So I'm going to press one heel down and bend the other knee. And then you'll stretch the other one down and just gently back and forth. And then from here, I'm going to walk my hands back towards my feet. So the weight of my body is in my feet, and now I'm standing in a forward bend with my feet very wide. And I'm going to just with my hands grab elbows. My knees are bent, and I'm going to swing from right to left, side to side, a little bit here, just to try to loosen the tension up. And then try this. Give your head a big shake. No, 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 no. When I do that, I feel my face muscles releasing, the back of my neck releasing. Walk the hands back into downward facing dog. So in down dog, my hands are basically shoulder distance. The fingers are spread wide. I try to squeeze my arms straight and generally try to press more on the inner edges of the hands where the index fingers are. And that'll create a nice, safe spot for your wrists. Let's once again walk the hands back towards the feet. Knees are bent. Each hand grabs an elbow. And this time, try nodding the head yes. So yes, 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 yes. Doing good, doing good, doing good, doing. As I do that, I let my whole body shake with my head. Take some deep breaths and try to sigh some stuff out. Maybe out through your mouth. Okay. And walk the hands back to that downward facing dog pose. And from here, I'm going to step my right foot up to my hands for a lunge. Now, if you go to step the foot and it doesn't quite make it, you can just take your hand and clunk it forward like that. Okay. I can just kind of try to help. So I'm in a high lunge right now. My back leg is off the floor. My front ankle is right below the knee. So make sure your legs are wide enough. That's a safety issue. We're not making it hard. We just want it to be safe. Use your hands. Gently pull the chest forward and just sort of feel the power of the stretch of the lunge. And then we'll just push back to downward dog. Let's get side 2 of the lunge. Take that left foot forward. I'm balanced on the back toes. My front knee is bent all the way, and my back leg is straight. Squeeze it straight and pull the chest forward. Soften your jaw. Soften the face. And then step back to downward dog again. And then walk the hands back towards the feet. Walk my feet forward just a little bit. And this time I'm going to bring my hands up onto my shins, just below my kneecaps. And I'm going to pull my chest forward. So this is what we would call a half forward bend, Ardha Uttanasana. This is an inhale position. And then slide the hands down the legs, drop the head, exhale. Inhale, offer the heart forward. Exhale, fold deeper. We'll just do this a few times, just sort of get into the rhythm. Inhaling, open. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, open. Exhaling, fold. 2 more times. Inhale. Sigh of relief. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. This time, walk your hands back to down dog. Walk the feet a little further back. And we're going to lunge again, but add a twist. So this time, we'll step that right foot up to your hands. Sink your hips down. I'm going to keep my left hand on the floor and take my right hand up to the ceiling. You can move the fingers around, you can move your chest around, you can just kind of color outside the lines here. And when you're ready, hands to the floor and step back to dog. Let's get side two of that. Left foot up to the hands. Right hand stays down. Left arm's going to go up. And then both hands to the floor. Step back to what we call plank position, and then just drop your knees, chest, and chin all the way down to the floor. Good, so I'm down on my belly. I'm going to push my tailbone down to protect my low back. Push down through the feet, hug my elbows in slightly, and I'm going to come up into just a gentle cobra pose. You're not a big, we're not doing big movements today. This is just to release and let go. So in this cobra, I call this a serpentine cobra. So I want to sort of maybe move gently from side to side. Remember, cobras slither. They're not exact and hard. Just going to squiggle around a little bit. And then when you're ready, release down. And then let's go back to that downward facing dog position again. Back to down dog. And then let's take the right foot up to the hands. This time I'm going to have you bring your left knee to the floor. And do check this. So see how you don't want the knee going past the foot. That's not great on this knee joint. Do want you to be safe. So see how this knee and ankle are directly in line. That's kind of the quote unquote safe way to go. So pause here for a few moments. And then if you like, you can come up onto the thigh. That might feel good. That might not. You can keep your hands on the floor. If you want, you can take your arms over your head. Wherever you are in this movement, breathe and breathe out your day. Breathe the tension away from you. Get the stress off of the shape of the body. And then release down. Great. Let's try this. We'll go right back to down dog, and let's get this on side two. So left foot's going to step forward, right knee to the floor. Get yourself nice and lined up. And then hands can go on to the front of the thigh. Sometimes I pause here, and sometimes I take my arms all the way up over the head. Sometimes I think about when I'm in a pose, like something that bummed me out throughout the day or something that irritated me, and just breathe it through. Back to down dog. Make sure that's gone. Great. Let's take the right foot forward, bring the left knee to the floor. And then this time, let's take the arms up on the thigh. Hands are going to come up over the head. And then this time, let's move into a twist. Palms will come to the heart, and then outside of the left arm to the outside of the right thigh, and lift up out of the bottom shoulder. Okay, remember, no popping out of any yoga pose. When you come out gently. And then this time you're going to take your right foot a little further forward and sort of maybe more to the middle. I'm going to flex my right foot and straighten the front leg and gently pull the hips back away from the leg. And I'm going to gently ease my body forward over the right leg. Now, don't attack this. If you're feeling a huge stretch and it makes you tense up, make it easier so you can get in the habit of relaxing. Practice finding not the hard, tense spot, but get good at finding the relaxed spot. Okay. And back to downward dog. And then left foot to the hands, right knee to the floor. And come up into the lunge. Take the arms up and then into the twist. Just try to stay a little lifted out of the shoulder. Okay, and then release. And remember, I took the foot a little bit more to the center and then a little bit forward. And then straighten the leg and fold. And you'll probably notice that one leg is a little tighter than the other. You can't go down as far as you could on the other side or something. It's totally normal. No drama about that, okay? Whatever. Some a little different, some a little asymmetrical. That's why I'm here. Breathe it out. Remember, always exit gently and safely. Let's go back to downward facing dog again. And this time you're going to take your right knee forward and come into a pigeon pose. So there are many ways to do pigeon. They are all correct. The way I'm inviting you to do this tonight. So I've got my right knee sort of up to the right corner. And my right leg is about a 45-degree angle, something like that. So as I start to lower myself down, my hips are level. I feel this in my right thigh and glute area. And then sometimes I feel this a lot on my left hip flexor. So sometimes I'll stop here at my elbows. This is plenty. Sometimes I'll lower my head down. And what I'd love for you to be able to come away with from our time together is developing the skill of knowing where your threshold is. If you start to tense up, then you're just practicing getting more tense. Then yoga becomes an act of tension for you. So if that's the case, back off, soften your jaw, soften your face muscles. You should be able to take a sigh of relief in your yoga pose. Okay. And then have you come up on your hands. And to get out of this, I'm going to just sort of flop onto my right side. Take my left knee forward. Take my right leg back. Moving into side two. And just kind of use my hands to get myself squared up. So my right hip has always been much more flexible than my left. And I just navigate that the best I can. Find a spot. Soften everything. Gently start to climb in. If you found you've tensed up, try to relax something. Hmm, okay. And then go ahead and come on up. Time flies when you're having fun. So let's come to a seated position here. Hmm, feeling this. And let's just have a little side stretch. Let's come all the way up to the other side. Come up. Let's go back to side one, but try on the inside of the leg this time. Chest is up to the ceiling. And then come all the way up. And let's take the other side. Great. And then come all the way up. And then we'll go straight down the middle, but just as gently and easily as you can. You probably won't get very far. Just close your eyes and become aware of the back of your neck, your middle back. Breathe. Slowly make your way up out of that stretch. Let's stick both legs together in front of you. Mm. Just for a moment, use the hands to press behind you, lift the heart. And then slowly start to make your way forward as far as feels comfortable for you. Don't pull on your legs, just gently relax yourself down. Do let your chin drop. Send a breath into your lower back, middle back, and upper back. Send breath into the back of your neck, back of your head. Okay. And then slowly come up. I want us to make sure that we have time to I want to do this wonderful restorative pose with you guys. So if you've got blankets, pillows, go ahead and grab them now. And so basically, I'm going to sit with my feet together, my knees open. And I've got these pillows right behind me like this. But just a heads up, I often do this pose with no pillows, just on the floor. So you can do that if you like. So as I go, I'm just going to ease my way back so that my chest is kind of lifted up. I let my head dunk back. Just let my knees flop open, my feet flop open. And I'm going to take my arms and roll them open until the palms face up. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose. And then stick out your tongue, let it out through the mouth. And then close your mouth. And let your breath start to even out. With your eyes closed, begin to relax the muscles behind your eyes. Soften the muscles of your jaw. Try to relax the inside of your mouth. Great. And from here, you'll take your hands to the outside of your legs to squeeze the thighs together and gently just roll off to one side and just ditch the pillows off to the side as well. I'm going to come onto your back onto the floor now. Hug your knees into the chest tightly. And then we'll just do for one breath, hug your right knee into your chest with your left leg flat on the floor. Your right knee is going to tip to the left side. Hold it down with the left hand. Stretch your right arm to the right. Take a nice deep breath here, just wringing yourself out like a sponge at the end of the day. Hug both knees up into the chest. Take your right leg down, keep that left knee hugged in. Let's get the twist on the other side. Stretch over to the left. Oh. Nice deep breath, let out a sigh. And then hug your knees back into your chest. If you have pillows handy and you want to throw them under your legs, you can do that. Or legs flat on the floor. Either way, you're going to take your arms out to the side. Give your fingers a wiggle. Give your toes a wiggle. Close your eyes now, and everyone, take one last deep breath in through your nose. And sigh it out through your mouth. Allow your mouth to close at the bottom. Continue to breathe in and out through your nose with your eyes closed. And we're going to begin to settle into final relaxation pose. Keep your eyes closed here and begin to watch your breathing slow itself down. And with your eyes closed, relax the muscles behind the eyes. Soften the inside of your mouth. Just allow yourself a moment of relaxed stillness. So our time is up. That's going to complete our session for tonight. But I'm going to encourage you to stay lying right here. Stay relaxing right here. And no matter where you are, remembering that you have the power to peel off layers of anxiety, of stress, of tension. You have the ability to do that anytime you want to. You just have to remember to want to. Again, my name is Sara Ivanhoe, and I would love to be in contact with you. Feel free to reach out to me at the Yoga USC website. You can find me through your hosts. It's really been a delight to connect with you this evening. Happy to answer any questions and just continue to connect and be on this journey together. I hope you all feel a little bit better than you did an hour ago. And thank you so much. Drink lots of water and get some rest tonight.